It's hard to see. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today I will be reacting to episode 6 of Moonlight Chicken. So episode 5 left off with Alan and Wen officially breaking it up. Wen moved out, wound up at Uncle Jim's place. We'll see how that goes in this episode. Li Ming and Heart are thriving. They're in their era, okay, their boyfriend era. And Heart pretty much told off his mama last episode. You know, it did result in her crying. He had to let out a cry as well with Li Ming privately in his room. But he let her know what's what and how he has made her feel. And I love that for him because she deserves to feel like a bad parent because that's what she is. Anywho, and his father too, because being silent and also not learning sign language when you have a deaf son who's been deaf for the last 3 years, there's no excuse not to know sign language as the parent. Like, what are they doing? But Heart told him what's what, and the fact that Li Ming had to translate what Heart was telling them was just, it was utterly insane. But he still told him what's what. And then we have, what else? Oh, we do have the issue with Uncle Jim's loan that he's trying to get from the bank, that Alan is over that loan department. So we're going to see what's going to happen there. And so it's going to be something to see in episode 6 from Moonlight Chicken. So we're going to get into it, okay? We're going to get into it. But also before we get into it, I'm doing something a little new now with my reaction videos if I remember. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, click on that subscribe button. Support us, sister. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Come on now. Trying to get there. Let's go. But without further ado, we're going to get right into this reaction. So let's get on into it. Is that newspaper? Oh, Uncle Jim really is older. Sir slept on the floor. Uncle Jim and his love for Li Ming. Even when they fight. Li Ming, you sneaking in to see your man. Oh. And I'm glad that they're showing that, because some people want to, whether it be children who are, sometimes you want to coddle people foolishly, especially when someone becomes, let's say someone has to become blind suddenly or someone has become deaf suddenly. The way certain types of parents respond, and I'm not going to say some, because it's a few and far in between. The way the few and far in between parents respond is the way she is responding, the way Heart's parents are responding. They will go into denial. Okay? They will stay there, saying, we'll just continue on, we'll just shut them off from everything, and it'll get better. And we just avoid talking about it. And that's what she actually thought would happen. That he would find other ways to communicate with them outside of sign language and the letters that she gave. And they were just choosing to not interact with Heart, really, and to just leave him in the house because that was safer for him, instead of realizing that Heart is a teenager. He's a kid who, up until 3 years ago, was very much used to doing the things that everybody else was doing, and then all of a sudden you cut him off from the world. And you took him out of school and you forced him to stay inside. Like you couldn't send him to a deaf school. Like you couldn't learn sign language for him. Like you couldn't homeschool him and then just make that excuse of we're homeschooling you so we could take you out and we could have family time together. Like, it's so simple, but Heart's parents are making it seem like it's so hard. And it's good that Li Ming is telling her all the things that her son likes to do that she forgot he likes to do. Because these are the same things he already liked to do. She just forgot that this is the same person. He's just deaf now. You just have to learn sign language so you can help him navigate the world better. Because he might not feel comfortable speaking with you. His voice might sound different because when you can no longer hear your tone, sometimes you don't know how you sound. So the shyness and the social anxiety of that can make you not want to speak when you can't hear. It doesn't mean you can't. It's just you have to be comfortable enough to speak with someone and to let them hear your voice. You know, so I'm glad that Li Ming is doing this with Heart's mother and having this discussion. And it's also a parallel to what to what Forrest's character did in My School President for Gemini's character, with letting his mom know that he had other passions outside of what she thought he was interested in. So, you know, Forrest's characters always bring out the best in their man and letting the mothers know the true character of their kids. I'm like, Forrest is really in his bag. And so is Gemini. Anywho, back to the show. He misses his man. He don't want him to come into the room? Since when? But this man loves to get up in people's business, just like an auntie would. What you trying to do, Win? What you trying to do? Something crazy happened with that ex. That's why his wall is so high. Oh, I got muted. Okay, I feel like, was it cheating then? Or was homeboy in the closet? It was the woman, his beard. Like, is he, when he's saying he's going home, is she the cover for his family? That's what I'm thinking now, because back then, when Uncle Jim was supposedly young, even though the actor who plays him is young in general, but when Uncle Jim was young, he was in his 20s, it was a different time in Thailand. And I'm wondering if his ex was just a closeted person who was with a woman because his family forced him to be, and was actually just in love with Uncle Jim. I don't know, because this is complicated. It's getting into territories here. I knew it. I knew they would write it like this. Ever since I first saw his ex show up, I'm like, he might pass away tragically. And that's the worst part, when you already know it's the person that you love, and you still gotta identify the body and see the face. There are certain things time will never be able to heal. At all. So he never got in touch with that woman to find out who she was. Yeah. At least he was honest. And I respect that. I love how straightforward he was. It's hard to see. Not his little eyes. But I'm glad Uncle Jim was honest with him. But God was trying to be so strong, but his little eyes. You know, Gaipa, there is a certain person over a certain bank who is recently single. I would try there. That's all I'm saying. It's okay. There will be other people. View. Aww, caress his little head. Like he's a baby. Oh yeah, that's right, you do have to dress up for the temple. It's like church. That's so beautiful. Feels like I got blessed too, just a little bit. I like how in Thailand they have the pictures and in Korea as well. Did Beam have a child? This is gonna be too much for me. She said I'm forcing to break up with you. Okay. He probably loved both of them in his own way. Yeah. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Oh. I want Uncle Jim to be happy with his life too. Sir, you know, Uncle Jim is a family man. It's something about Earth mix of the sea in every series. Oh, look at that. Heart is speaking again. I love to see it. I love to hear it. And that just means that Heart is comfortable with Li Ming. Oh, this is so beautiful. What a milestone to share together. I love to see it. I love to see it. I love to see it. Why is he acting all surprised Pikachu face? Sir, this is your nephew. Alan alive? They can't write first off like this. I don't believe that. Okay, he lied. Stop playing. It says silence yourself. Why does his shirt say that? Sir, you're poor. Okay. I'm gonna save my comments to the end. It's Uncle Jim saying is Uncle Jim saying that to Li Ming, knowing that he himself is gay and not the wealthiest? I don't know why he's saying that to Li Ming. It seems like he's saying it not in a disrespectful way as a fellow gay person himself, but he's trying to say it in a protective way, in that the family members outside of Uncle Jim, especially Li Ming's mother, will have worse things to say should they find out that Li Ming is in love with Heart and involved with Heart in any kind of romantic element or aspect. So he might be trying to save Li Ming from all of that mess by trying to tell him to just change who he is, but he shouldn't tell him that because that's kind of really evil. And hopefully Uncle Jim will learn better, because that was just, it was unnecessarily cruel, especially when Li Ming is still figuring himself out. And he's in love with Heart. That's not going to change. He's not going to change the fact that he's attracted to Heart, and vice versa, Heart is attracted to him. Because they was both out here leaning all in for that little canoodle they was doing. And I'm just trying to understand why Uncle Jim would say that. But the only logical explanation I could think of for him saying something like that to Li Ming would be because he's trying to protect him. But that's not the way you protect someone. Standing by them is the way you protect someone, especially nowadays where things are a bit better for the LGBTQIA plus community in general. A bit. I'm not going to say too much. The States is a bit. Thailand is a bit. It's a bit. I'm not going to say like it's, it's a bit. But yeah, Uncle Jim needs, he better watch himself. But this episode was a lot of things going on. Like Uncle Jim confronting his trauma with his ex-man, figuring out what happened, who he was, and it just boiled down to he was a selfish man who wanted both of them, both the woman he was involved with before, Uncle Jim, and him. He didn't want to break it off with either of them. He just wanted them both for himself and wanted to try to monopolize both of them. And that was just who he was. He was just selfish, and thus his end. And not too much to say about that. And then we have Wen, who's definitely separated himself from Alan, but now with this little last couple minutes, Alan might need his help to be recovering. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. And then we have the issue of Li Ming's mother being introduced into episode 7, and we all know she's homophobic because of what she said to Uncle Jim, that he revealed she said to Wen. She revealed what she said to Wen. He revealed what she said to Wen. He revealed what she said to to him. Uncle Jim revealed what his sister said to him to Wen regarding his sexuality and the disrespect she was putting on. And yet was still taking care of her son after that. Couldn't be me. But yeah, we're going to see what's exactly going on. But also the actress that plays Force Mama in My School President is the same actress that plays his mama in Moonlight Chicken. And I love that GMMTV did that, and I thought I'd just add my 2 cents about that. I think that's cute. And then also, if you stayed to the end of this video, I want to thank you so much. Do not forget to give this a little thumbs up and comment what you thought about episode 6 and what your thoughts are for episode 7. And then also don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe, and oh yeah, subscribe. Oh wait. Simple. Your girl trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Just do my little thing on here. Anyhow, but yeah, and also if you want to see the full reaction to this episode of Moonlight Chicken, don't forget to check out the link below for my Patreon. And if you would like to, become a paid Patreon, the tiers are available for you to see, whichever one fits your lifestyle. And if you can't support right now, then, just make sure, you just watch a little video and give it a like. That is support enough. And don't forget to subscribe as well. But that's pretty much all I got for y'all today. But this episode was really giving storyline and character background. Like, even the background characters that we won't even see as often are giving story. The screenwriters were in the writing room P-Off was directing, because the visuals this episode, it's visuals all the way through, but the visuals with the C, I was like, okay, I see you. I see the cast and the crew's commitment, and it's fruitful. Okay, but yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna just catch y'all in the reaction for Moonlight Chicken episode 7, and I'll see y'all then. Bye.